Well, anyways, one of us will tell our story to the other two, and then at the end of the episode, we all...
Oh, no.
Oh. Hey there, mystery seekers. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the allegedly resolved disappearance of Joshua Maddux. It's one of my favorite mysteries that we're going to be going over in the show. But before we jump into that, I want to introduce you to the creative, wacky, and beautiful minds behind the Mystery Society. We have Nate Doan, a filmmaker and writer, as well as cosplayer and fellow mystery enthusiast, Jenn. And lastly, yours truly, Taylor Dahl. I'm an aspiring actor. And we're a group of creative minds who got restless just scrolling the ever-flowing entertainment stream that is the interwebs, and decided to talk to you all about some unexplainable mysteries that we've stumbled upon out there in the deep dark web.
Not the dark web.
Please, not the dark web.
Not the dark web, yeah.
Not the dark web.
Yeah.
It's the regular web. Anyways, every week one of us will be telling the other two a story. And then at the end we're gonna go over some of our just thoughtful, intelligent, ridiculously stupid theories on what happened. Alright, well, let's jump into our first episode of the Mystery Society and talk about the mysterious disappearance of Joshua Maddux. One chilly morning, it was actually day.
Is this really how your story is starting?
Are you gonna do the whole thing like
Is
this?
this a bedtime story?
Because mine doesn't go like this.
Mine does not
What do you
go
mean?
like that at all. Alright, anyway.
One rather chilly day. And I'm saying chilly because it's like pertinent. It is pertinent, yeah, later on. So I'm saying a chilly day. In May of 2008, 18-year-old Joshua Maddux went for a walk near his home in Woodland Park, Colorado, and never came home. 5 days later, after going missing, his dad reported him missing.
That's a long time.
What an asshole.
5 days.
Well,
I know. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Did he frequently just like kind of disappear from his house?
They said, okay, so basically, yeah, that's what I was about to get into. As far as his family could tell, like, they all say that he's like a very free-spirited, like, kid, like, loves to go on a lot of hikes and stuff. And his family and friends would have to go 7 years after his disappearance for another break in the case. 2008, he went missing, and then in 2015, October, a body was discovered crammed in a chimney of an abandoned cabin near Joshua Maddux's home. And he was discovered by Chuck Murphy, who owned the cabin, and I guess whose brother built the cabin, and his crew, and they were there to demolish it, and that's when they found the body.
So he hadn't been there in 7 years.
He said the cabin had been abandoned. It said he'd been empty for 10 years. Like, nobody had been living in it for a while. He said that he had stated that he smelled something weird when he visited the cabin because he had, like, stopped by. But he just assumed, like, rodents had died or something. Cause
No one's lived there for 10 years.
Yeah, it's not like you're like, that smells like a body.
Yeah.
That's not your
Is
first
that Joshua
instinct. I don't.
Maddux dead in
I
my
don't think-
chimney?
Oh my
Huh,
god.
that's an interesting sense.
Gets down on all fours, follows up to the chimney.
Skittering around. Oh, wow, no.
Okay. So yeah, he didn't think it was suspicious. As far as the police saw it, that's it. Joshua Maddux, a young kid, a little reckless, had somehow found himself stuck in a chimney, died,
Get the fuck out of here.
and then just wasn't found for 7 years. And that's where their investigation basically stopped. I just think that there's a lot more to be said because there's quite a few details that, like, there was a breakfast bar, like a countertop, that was over the chimney entrance, like over the fireplace.
Was he found in the chimney, like, standing, or was he head down?
No, okay, so he was found...
It's so
fucking weird. No, because I'm just happy because I know, but it's weird because he was found basically, like... So think of the chimney, and he was found in the fetal position. Like, so his head's up, knees are, like, tucked up above his chest, basically. And he had become, over time, obviously, he'd become, like, dislodged a little bit, but, like, that's how he was. Anyways, the furniture in front of the chimney just makes me think it seems like somebody is trying to hide the body. When they built the cabin, there was a metal, like, rebar grate over the top of the chimney to keep rodents and other things out. So
the top is blocked.
Yeah, top's blocked
and
off.
the bottom's blocked.
And the bottom has a
But somewhere in
kitchen counter
between
over
that, there's a body.
and there's a body in there. But one of the details that I find like most just conclusive that something else happened, they found, okay, Joshua's only wearing a thermal shirt.
What?
Yeah.
So he's naked from the waist down.
It doesn't mention underwear or not anywhere, but basically anywhere I've read is only said thermal shirt is all he's wearing.
Oh.
The rest of his clothes found outside the chimney in the cabin.
So his clothes were in the cabin.
His clothes were in the cabin.
The bottom of the chimney is blocked, and the
Yes.
top of the chimney could have been blocked,
been
but
blocked.
his half-naked body is in the chimney.
Yes.
Don't like that.
No.
Then were all the windows intact?
I don't know.
How does...
They did say, I mean, the owner said that teenage kids were known to have broken in from time to time, so it can't have been difficult.
I mean, if that many people have like been breaking into the cabin, like there's obviously signs of other people having been there in the past. They wouldn't be able to link that necessarily to the one day that he was there.
Think of how many teenagers' fingerprints were probably in that
Yeah.
cabin.
Yeah, especially in that 7-year period, how many came in and like maybe fucked with the crime scene and moved good evidence.
Can I tell you about that?
I would
Because
love that.
this is the best thing that happened to me this week.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause
love this.
I was talking to my coworker, and she was telling me that she had a lot of family visiting from Colorado for Christmas. I was telling her about it and where I had gone, and I told her I went to Manitou Springs, which is this super quaint, tiny little town that my parents used to take us to whenever we'd go to Colorado. I don't know if she said it's where she grew up or lived at the time or whatever, but she said she'd been in Woodland Park, and I was like, I'm doing research for a YouTube channel like about a case that happened there, like something weird, and she's like, "Oh, was it the black kid that got killed by his parents?" And I was like,
Nope.
No. And she was like, "Oh, was it the?"
Oh my god!
I was like,
what is this
I was
place?
like, "No, what? What is
I
wrong
gotta
with
go."
this town?"
Your family should move.
I was like, "No, it's the teenage boy who went missing and turned up in a chimney." And she was like, "I've been in that cabin."
What the fuck?
Right?
Okay, actually though,
I got
case
chills.
solved.
I got chills instantly, and I was just like, "No fucking way!" And she's like, "Yeah." Her friend lived by the cabin, and they went and broke into it in middle school.
Did you ask her how easy it was? Because
No, I think she just said the window was like unlocked, and they literally just lifted the window.
It has to be that you can just walk
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
I've been to places like this where it's abandoned, you just walk in. And they have
I don't know if-
Everybody else already did the work for you.
Right.
So she's anyway, she's in high school, so in middle school it would have been at least 4 or 5 years ago, so like 2014, 2013. So she was in the cabin while the body was in the chimney.
Oh,
Oh my
absolutely
God.
not. No.
Nope!
That took a turn. I don't like that at all.
Whoa!
Oh my god. Nope. Mm-mm.
I don't want to do this show anymore. Was there any way for him to go up the chimney?
But the
what if
position that he was in is like really questionable, I think, for him going up.
Right,
Because if he
yeah.
was going down, it would have been really easy. Like if his like feet got caught on something and he's like trying to shimmy his way down, it would have been really easy for his body to then kind of like crunch up. But if you're going up,
Well, that's
and like your torso's going up, how are your legs coming up?
that's
to
what
meet
I'm-
you?
that's what I mean
It
is
sounds
I
more like
think-
somebody could have killed him and shoved his body up into the chimney or something.
I think what might have happened is if he was trying to, for some reason, climb out of the chimney. I don't know why he'd be doing it, but my point is, if he tried to climb up and out through the chimney, maybe he climbed up almost to the top, slipped, and then fell, and then
lodged
his knees
himself.
buckled up.
Or if they could have put him in the chimney, like trapped him in the chimney, and then he tried to climb up, but the grate was there, so he couldn't get out. And then they put the stuff over the chimney or something, and he was stuck in there.
Oh.
But everything like adds up to it sounding like there was more than one person in that cabin.
Well, the only other thing that I can kind of think of is that he's 18, he's in Colorado, potentially in an area that maybe there's like not a ton to do. I am from an area like that, and when people get bored and they have nothing to do, they tend to experiment with drugs.
I know,
I
I
was
did
gonna bring this up.
I
Yeah.
did think about that.
And a lot of weird drugs make you do a lot of weird things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen the video of the guy smoking salvia and then
yeah.
literally launching himself out
Jumps
of
out
his
the
own
window.
window.
No.
So he could have been doing something, maybe a hallucinogen or whatever he got his hands on, that made him just absolutely lose it and feel like he had to go into the chimney, or like maybe he got onto the roof and felt like it was something else.
The only thing I could really chalk it up to would be like some kind of bad acid trip. You know,
Right.
like where
Yeah.
him and his friend dropped way too
Right,
much
right.
acid and just fucking like, his friend was like, I gotta get out of this cabin, and tried to climb up through the chimney, and then his other buddy was like, we gotta trap this motherfucker in the chimney for whatever reason.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, if they were like, oh, he's gonna be safer in there,
Yeah.
and blocked it off because they might have thought he was a danger to them. Ooh,
There's
that's
so much,
weird.
So much that could have happened.
It was never investigated. All these like blatant clues that make you go, okay, there's more to this. Like, why didn't you look further? Is because it never made it past the coroner, because he said accidental, and they never got to look past it. It says that he even acknowledged all these other facts, because I think it was like Chuck Murphy, the owner, who had been coming to him with more facts, and they apparently reopened it for a couple days. But the coroner said ultimately he acknowledges these strange details, but he couldn't provide any solutions to them. And that there's no signs that there was anybody else in the cabin, and no signs of murder, so he just declared it accidental. These are just some speculations I just wanted to tell you about that I had read about that kind of threw me off. On a popular online social media community, I'll just say it backwards. Or
Okay, you can say it regular and then we can put it in reverse.
but like, I want to actually listen to that backwards
No,
to see
you
how well I
say it
got
and then we can bleep it out.
Anyways, while I was perusing on said social media site,
Oh no. Okay, we're ready.
one user mentioned their old friend named Josh who went missing. The person that they thought was responsible, they placed the blame on an Andy, who would turn out to be real life criminal and killer, Andrew Newman. So the year he was about Josh's age, and so the year following Josh's disappearance, Andy was arrested because he'd stabbed an invalid man. And when they found him and arrested him, he also tried to take credit for another death of a woman. I think it was in Texas. But the police already had somebody in custody. But he had the details of this killing that's like, that was probably him.
Hey, I killed this person.
Probably arrested somebody wrong.
Oh, we already got somebody for that one.
Don't worry, you're good.
Oh
You're
my
good.
God.
Yeah, you're okay. You don't
Don't
need
even-
to
That's
don't
happened
feel
so
guilty
many
about it.
times.
That person who posted online basically said that Andy had been bragging about putting Josh in a hole.
How is that not enough to even just go talk to the dude?
Because that's just an online post. Like, at least that. I mean, there were supposedly tips called in to the police, but...
Please don't use the internet.
Oh.
Don't start.
Oh.
They only use the dark web.
They created it.
Brought to you by
Yeah,
the
I
dark
was just
web.
gonna say, we should
Not
get a sponsor
sponsored.
for the dark web.
That's the info I have on this case. That's basically all I know about it. But I'm still left with, like, so many questions. Like, why did Josh's dad wait 5 days to report him missing?
That's shocking to me.
5 days just seems like a long time. Like,
I mean, just as
when
a
Hannah's
parent.
like an hour or two home late, I'm like, you good? Did you die
Yeah,
on a
same.
No, for real. It's like
and he's 18. You
Right.
know?
Oh, it's so strange.
that would be such a hard case to solve, just with how long it took to even find the body.
Right.
On that high note, it's time for us to go. It's been a fantastic first episode. I can't thank you enough for listening to me talk for so long, and I can't wait to see you all next week.
All right, guys, you heard our theories, but I'm sure you have some thoughts of your own. Were there any details that we missed? Comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Next week, you'll be hearing from me about the disappearance of Maura Murray.